It's the 7th of March 2024 and this is your Solana Daily Debrief long form edition. Plenty of stuff to cover today, in particular Jupiter, all the JUP Launchpad news, and also Wormhole. So let's just dive in. Starting with, of course, Memecoin of the year, BONk. Well done to BONk. Well worth it. This is my favorite meme coin. Crypto of the year, Solana. So we're winning on all fronts. Okay, so now let's get into the voting. You should know from yesterday's video that you can go and actually start voting now, but we're going to have a look at the research here. If you haven't done your voting yet, you can do so very easily. Just go to vote.jup.ag, go and connect your wallet. I'm not sure if I have any JUP in here, but we'll certainly find out. I've got some JUP. Go and lock your JUP. Looks as though I can't lock it even though I've locked some before. No, we're good. And then you go and vote. Now, when you're doing all of this voting, you will be incentivized. And also, it's very important to note that if you had, say, 1,000 JUP, there is no advantage per the team in the call yesterday in the JUP planetary call. There is no advantage to you splitting it amongst 10 wallets. You'll get the same amount of rewards. It all depends on how much JUP you have. So if you've got 100,000 and you go and do some voting, I guess it depends how many times you vote. But if you vote the same amount of times as a person that has 1,000 JUP, you're going to get the same amount of rewards that 1,000 JUP person will have just times 100, because you'd have 100,000 JUP. So if you get $10 worth of rewards, then just times by 100 and you get $1,000 worth of rewards. I have no idea how much it's actually going to equate to for like a smaller person. I'm going to change my vote to cats because otherwise I'll get in trouble. I have no idea how much the kind of returns will be for you, but it's incentivizing voting. A lot of money's going in there. We're talking millions and millions of dollars in the first 6 months. So definitely go and do this. And then later today, you can go and vote normally. This is just a test right now. By the way, if you want to start the unlock, you can do so. It will take 30 days to unlock. And of course, when you unlock, your voting power will start to decrease. So halfway through, 15 days through, then you'll have about half the voting power. Now, I've mentioned this quite a few times as well, but if all of a sudden you've got a lot of JUP and you want to sell some because the price goes up and you need to pay bills or what have you, you can start to unlock it. At present, you have to unlock all of it, but maybe they're going to change that in the future. But you have to unlock it. And then, of course, in 30 days time, you can sell it. So until then, you can put on a short hedge position. I've covered that in a different video. Just search for hedge position on my YouTube. Anyway, so back to the research doc. Here it is here, round 1 of LFG voting. So we've got all of the links to everything. Up, Rock, Banks, Sourceful, Sharky, Zeus Network, and MonkeyDex. This is hard, more so for the projects, because there's only going to be 2 that are actually going to get a chance to actually get their token out there. And it's hard. Uprock, I do like this. Banks, I like this. I don't even use Sharky, but I like this. These are just my opinions. I don't want to hurt any projects. Of course, if you've done a lot of research and you're bullish on something, completely fine. Sourceful, I think, is a good idea. It's all about decentralized virtual power plants and stuff like that. It's just far harder to achieve, in my opinion. Like far harder. I could be wrong. And MonkeyDex, I'm unsure. I'm unsure on this one. The Zeus Network, cool. Of course, it's cool because, you know, bringing your Bitcoin to Solana, getting yield. Then, of course, like how many people would actually want to do that? There's always the chain risk and stuff like that. Exactly how they're planning to do that and how it all completely works, I actually don't know. I don't know exactly. So all I'm really going to say is do your own research. I guess if I was going to go for 2, I'd probably be leaning towards these 2. Sorry, Sharky, but it's hard. It's hard. It is hard. Anyway, let's have a look and see what Sharky actually wrote. So, distributed a huge amount of SOL to the NFT community, enabling 450,000 SOL in interest payments, and a nice little blurb here. So one thing why I guess I'm not super bullish on Sharky as compared to Banks is Sharky's completely fine and there's a lot of volatility in NFTs and I completely understand that. The issue is I have done loans with Citrus and Rainfi and all of them. And it's really hard to actually just keep on top of them with the fact that it's like a 7-day or 3-day loan or something like that. You have to be really watching your loans. So I've defaulted on them and I've lost them just because I wasn't personally setting reminders. And I just don't think that that's really a good idea. Now they're aiming to get into real world assets and that's where I am very bullish. And that's where it makes me a little bit like torn. You know, maybe I want to vote for different things with different projects. I'm just not really sure. The thing is, with Sharky itself, I'm going to be preferring banks because of the perpetual nature of NFT loans. I think it has a lot more product market fit as opposed to the short-term loans. Next up, we have Monkey Dex. So firstly, let's have a quick look at their actual website. If it wows you, fantastic. I'm not wowed by it, but they're looking to put in a lot more things. Now, something like this, I may definitely get the token. Like if they're launching, I may try and get some of their token. However, is it worthy of a spot with JUP? I'm not really sold on that. We can see by the engagement, plenty of views, not a huge amount of engagement. So maybe not yet. Although one thing to really look at is just the tokenomics. There's a decent amount for airdropping, which is very good. And then the founders and the team allocation is not too sizable in the grand scheme of things. But I'm sorry, you have to do your own research into this. Now let's have a look at UPROXX's traction. So huge number of followers and monthly active users. I mean, they've definitely got product market fit, a lot more engagement, and this fills a hole in the market. Basically, it's similar to Grass. So you're basically using your internet bandwidth. It's going and checking out websites and stuff, and then your data you're selling to someone, but you're actually getting something for your data. I guess that's a very short way of actually summarizing it. And they also have a referral program, and that can be very, very helpful. Wednesday is doubling the kickback reward and adding 10x WEN reward from our treasury. Here's Zeus Network, future of Solana and Bitcoin in a multi-chain paradigm, and a communication layer like Zeus Network is essential. You're just going to have to actually research it yourself, because I don't want to sway any viewpoints here. But a really good thing is to go and check out the actual YouTube interview. This one's very, very short. And then also make sure you actually go and subscribe to the JUP ecosystem channel, because this is where you're going to get all the information. The channel's just new. I'm editing some of the videos, not very many of them, but a huge amount of information here so you can actually make the right decision. Remember, the goal is not just to go and vote with your JUP so that you get more JUP. The goal is to back projects that are legitimately epic, get some of those tokens, help them grow, and then your token value goes up. So you have to think of which project has huge market fit and also very good tokenomics. Also, make sure you check out this top 5 JUP wins of the week. This is very, very good, very, very short video. Check it out now. So I'll leave you to do your research here. Remember to check out the tokenomics. This is very, very important, and I'll give you an update tomorrow. Happening today, 2 p.m. UTC time, the Solana ecosystem call. These are fantastic. There's so much alpha in them. I will be recording it, and then I'll be taking some of the segments and making a bit of a TLDR. But if you can watch it, well worth it. And if you don't watch it live, then watch a recording, a whole recording if you've got the time. This is massive news. Yesterday, the 3rd planetary call went out. There were over 700 people watching it on the Zoom link and over 12,500 people watching it live on Twitter. This is really, really crazy. And at the end, there is a power-up which you have to go and scan with your phone. And it was just impossible to get one. That could be because of bots just draining them, but also a huge amount of demand. So they'll have to work on that power-up function because I want my power-ups. Now quickly into WENcoin. So WENcoin hits an all-time high. I do think WENcoin has a huge amount of potential. Also the branding with the cat and its kind of close proximity to JUP. I think this will be a very successful token. My 2 big Memecoin holds are BONk and WEN. I have no whiff because I middle curved it. The single airdrop, which was free, remember, worth $230. Now I can't actually use Backpack Exchange because I'm in Europe, but Backpack Exchange pre-season will be on March 18th for the first snapshot. So what some people are literally doing is they're just putting through hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars worth of just wash trading, basically. And it's costing them maybe under $1,000 in fees. And then their goal is, I don't know, to accrue some value in their snapshot. Maybe there's a backpack token in the future. So you're welcome to do that. That is a strategy that some people are using. Now on to Wormhole and the W allocation. So we can go and check it out here. You can connect your wallet if you like and see if you actually get any W. I have 0 W. In fact, I have very little W. I have to check all my wallets first and then I'll report back tomorrow. Probably the better way to check your wallets is with Phantom. It will just show you if you're eligible. So if you click on it, it will show you down here which wallets are actually eligible. And it lists everything that's actually in that wallet. So you could have 50 addresses and maybe 5 are eligible. Your other option, of course, is to use the airdrop tracker, and you can view multiple addresses and just plug them in. If you have a Mad Lad, I'm not sure what you have to do as I don't have a Mad Lad, but you get a decent number of these. This wormhole badge awards you 16,000 W, 3,200 W unlocked, and 12,800 W vesting for a year. I mean, that's pretty insane, to be honest. Thus far, I've only got about 4,000 tokens, but I need to check all my wallets. The official website is airdrop.wormhole.com, and if you had a lot of pith, I believe you needed 5,000 pith staked, then you would get some W tokens. I did not have 5,000 pith staked, so unfortunately, not for me, but for those that did, well done. If you came to Solana and you were using Drift protocol, maybe you use the wormhole bridge to get your funds in here, in which case you should be getting some W tokens as well. And also, likely that they're going to actually launch pre-markets for W. Remember, this will be perps on Drift, and a better option in my opinion would be Whales Market if you're not used to perps. There's a whole lot of Sol that was OTC'd. This is locked Sol, so over the counter, which is a lot better, and this is great for Solana. So TLDR, Solana up. Solana's DEX trading has gone over $2.4 billion in a day. There's some new monthly perks coming for Magic Eden wallet users. This might be good for you, so I'm not sure exactly what they all are, to be honest, but one of them is CryptoSlam, which is a cool website which basically shows you all of the NFT prices and sales history and stuff like that. Banks, I obviously recognize banks, but unsure on some of these other things. Either way, if you're into the NFT game, then maybe you want to use Magic Eden's wallet alongside Phantoms. I'm far more interested in using Phantoms wallet, of course, but Magic Eden's wallet for some specific things may accrue you some value. Portals are doing well with whatever they plan on airdropping. Kamino Finance has been added to the Portals airdrop, which is really cool. By the way, Kamino said right now JLP holders can get over 400% APY in our JLP market. 400%. Now, if we actually go and have a look at this, we'll just click on this link here, we can see we've got this JLP market. I just want to explain this because someone asked me in Discord, but when you supply this APY, there's no borrowing. So you don't actually get any borrow yield. This is just what you get just naturally as the estimated kind of return based on fees that the perp DEX is actually accruing. So if we went to JUP, we would see this same amount, or it would be something similar. So we'll just quickly do this. We'll go to perpetual and then click on earn, and we can see 184.45%. So remember, 70% of generated fees are distributed back to this. And remember, this is basically an index fund of what's going to be the 3 top performing large cap coins of this cycle: Sol, ETH, and Wrapped Bitcoin. Then you have about 41% in stable coins, which is good because it kind of keeps things a little bit stable in that portfolio mix as well. Now, if you go and have a look at JLP token actually just on CoinGecko, you can see it's just been pumping up. So in some ways it would have been better, of course, to hold Sol, and that is certainly mostly what I'm doing. Basically just buying Sol, staking with validator.com. I am the GM of validator.com, and just, letting that grow. But at the same time, your growth from here to here, this is still very decent as well. So back here now, so basically there is no supply APY, you're just getting the natural APY. And what I mean is there's no lending APY because no one can borrow. So all you can do is you can go and plonk it straight in here, and then from there you can go and borrow some USDC, and then you can go and buy some more JLP if you like, and then you can supply it and borrow and supply and borrow. So exactly where they're getting the 400% from, I'm a little bit confused. Maybe they're referring to the fact if you cycle it a couple of times, I'm not entirely sure. The other option that you can do is you can go and put in some USDC, and at the moment you're getting pith rewards as well as that nice lending APY. And this is its own market. So the main market, if you put assets in here, you can use them as collateral and you can borrow against them. In this market, this is isolated. So whatever assets are in here are not affected by these. So if you're liquidated here, you will not be liquidated here, unless of course the price of JLP goes down. So the wallet I'm showing you is just a DeFi tutorial wallet, so nothing crazy in here, but as an example, I've got the JLP and the USDC, and I can go and borrow, take some USDC out, swap it for JLP, and put it back in here as well. There's another dApp coming out in the future, I've covered it before, Adjustray Finance, and I'll cover that again when it's actually released or close to being released. But they aim to basically do the same thing. This just has already been shipped. Now it's time for a tip of the day. So I mentioned yesterday, if you've got some rubbish tokens in your wallet, that you can go and burn them. So if we scroll on down here, you can see I've got Dancing Triangle, Melee Initiatives, Pepe Monies, and some other random things. Some of these will have value, so just be very, very careful. But let's go to solincinerator.com. And now from here, we can connect our wallet and Phantom and connect. Now I've already shown you in a previous tutorial how you can actually burn NFTs, and you can also burn CNFTs. Just be very, very careful that you know what the NFT is, because as an example, this has value, this has value, 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 value. A lot of them have value, but there could be some that don't. You can also go and burn CNFTs. So as an example, this is scam, delete it. So as an example, this is spam, and so on. We could go and delete all of these. Just so you're aware, if I go and delete these, I'm not getting back any SOL because there's no SOL in the rent accounts, but we can still get rid of them from our wallet. So we'll confirm that. What I also want to show you are tokens. So when you know there is a scam token, like this is a scam, this is a scam, this is a scam, this is a scam, random 17,373.1 pith. No, I wish. That's a scam. Have no idea what Dancing Triangle is. Don't think I have any use for it. Get rid of that. Unsure what these are. Pretty sure they're going to be scams, but I'll worry about them another day. Rubbish, 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 rubbish. This one is worth $5, so that's not rubbish. That's good. That's worth 18 cents. That's worth 17 cents. Rubbish, rubbish. And this one's worth $1.75. Then you've got all these Jupiter Trusted tokens, so we won't delete any of these. So of course, double check this part, but you can see we're going to burn them all, and then we're getting 0.026 SOL. Confirm burns and confirm. So we get this SOL back because we're closing the rent accounts. So in some ways, if you're sent scam tokens, it's a good thing because they're literally giving you free SOL. It may only be about $4 now that we managed to claim, but maybe in a few months, maybe that's $50 worth of SOL, who knows? You can do some other things as well, such as cleanup, and you have vacant accounts. You can go and close these if you like, and these are just token accounts such as, let's say, a random token like Radium. Maybe I had some Radium in my wallet, then I sent it all out, and now I have no more Radium. These can always be reopened in the future, of course, but you can see I can get this out if I want to, and then I'm walking away with, I don't know, $6, $7 worth of SOL. So this is Solincinerator, and it's a very cool tool. Next up, MetaDAO, the first Futaji built on Solana. So sorry I've ruined the surprise by already voting. You can go and vote accordingly. Robin Hanson is the father of Futaji, created the idea, and a couple of random votes there, but all I really want to do is just update you on what's going on with MetaDAO. So we've got this blog post here. It's only a 6-minute read, so definitely worth actually reading through it. We're going to go down and skip through a few things so that you can read it yourself. But one really, really cool thing is Marshall Islands sees first Futaji. So Nellick and MetaProfit created MetaDAO LLC with the Marshall Islands government. The DAO LLC is completely managed by the DAO. There's no board of directors or trustees, and the operating agreement recognizes the market managed process as the arbiter of all decisions. And if you own Meta, you're considered a member of the DAO. So that's really, really cool. And for anyone that's going to be creating a DAO in the future, maybe the Marshall Islands is a place where you want to open it. I think that's enough information for today. Remember to go and vote with your dupe. You can move all your dupe to one wallet, or in my case, I've got in random different wallets, and I'm just going and voting regardless. Voting is being incentivized, and plus I do want to see some fantastic LFG launch pads actually launch. Stay curious, catch you tomorrow.